Okay, testing. Wait. All right, testing, testing, testing. Let's see. This means being live. Can I hear me? Can you hear me? All right, let's do this. Let's see what's up. As I have never. This is what my second time. Wait, are we not working on Instagram? Hold on. Let's see. Okay, did I do that right? Right, Steam key is copied. Let's see. All right. Okay, there we go. I do not know what I'm doing. And let's rock. If you are here, say hello. I'm just going to draw a single panel from this comic. And yeah, we'll go from there. Here, let's. Chicken scratch. Yeah, my sketches aren't the best. You wonder what I'm drawing. This is a panel from a future comic strip. If you don't know who I am, my name is George. I draw a comic strip called Beware of Toddler. Uh, it's basically about like a stay-at-home dad trying to survive daily life with a very wild 2-year-old. I've been drawing it for nearly 7 years now, and it's okay. It does okay. Right now, I'm drawing the dad. His name is Dwayne. In this panel, he's trying to relate to his 8-year-old son Amari. Amari, however, isn't impressed. Here he is. He's kind of a geeky kid. He likes to code and things like that. He's very big on space, which is why his shirt has an image on the moon on it. My pencil work is very rough. Forgive me for that. I ink all my own stuff, so I don't really have to be very detailed with it. After I do my rough sketches, sometimes I'll just do another pencil layer. Here we're going to give him his ring. Because for some reason everybody assumes that he is a single dad, and no, he's married. There's a mom. She exists. But throughout the day, he's the one at home with the children. We'll give it a full on fade. I don't know if he's like just ignored his dad. Yeah, that's mm, here. My not so rough pencils are all set. We'll go ahead and give it some inks. That's a little too thick. Here. I rotate my screen a lot, so fair warning. I apologize for that. Comes with being left-handed. Mm, in addition to Beware of Toddler, I am a regular contributor for the magazine The Beano, the Beano magazine, for Beano magazine, rather. If you're like in the UK, you may recognize this art style already. That said, I don't know how many people is here, but how are you all doing today? Let's try to. Hairline. Give a nice little fade. And okay. If you can't hear me, can you tell me what you think he's about to say or what he's doing? If you really do this outside the panel, let's see if it works. All right. Oh, hey D, can you hear me now? Bad memes, almost close enough. All right, so the chat is not showing up on this, so I have to switch windows. Let me try something. Let's see if that works. I feel like once I show what he's going to say, y'all are going to cringe because I'm cringing right now just thinking about it. Okay. Um, we'll try something. All right, yeah, that works. I almost don't want to write this because it really is like mad cringy what I'm about to do. Hey, yo, let me apologize beforehand for what I'm about to write. How far ahead am I on my strips? Um, about a little over a month. I kind of fell behind because of some other deadlines. Um, but I'm getting back there. Like this is actually the second Sunday strip that I've worked on today. just trying to play catch up. I'd like to be 2 months ahead. That's like my personal goal. So what's this? April 30th. I'd like to be at like the end of June. And I'm not there yet. I still got a ways to go. As far as the exact date this comic is set to go live, I think you will know once I finish my little my cringy words over here. All right, let's see. So my new thing now is I've been instead of relying on fonts, I've been trying to do my own typefaces, which I have to say is a lot of fun. But I'm very much brand new at this. Again, I'm apologizing for what I'm writing right now. Sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. I regret nothing. This is funny. I don't care. Let's give it some flair. Some sound. I never said that Dwayne was a cool dad. I just said he was a dad. right, let's give this some inks. Um, then I'll color everything, and that should really be it for today. Look, D, I told you this was going to be cringy, man. And in my defense, this is not the punchline. One thing I do like to do in clips, I use Clip Studio, by the way, um, is you can actually create layers out of vectors in case like something looks kind of off. You can like move it around. I don't do it with like characters, but with like logos, like lettering or background elements. I'll use it for that. We completely in vectors, and now you see why Amari's looking at him like that. The only thing about using like vectors to draw, like I think in Clip Studio Paint, is it doesn't feel, depending on what you're drawing, it doesn't feel as natural um, as when you're drawing like using raster layers. For me, like I try, even though I work digitally, I try to make it feel. I want it to feel as close to using pencil and paper as humanly possible. And there we go, 6, 7. I'm almost tempted to like call one of my own children in here and get their reaction to me making a 6, 7 joke in 2026. Just a bit better. All right. This will probably not be the cringiest thing I do today, but I regret nothing. There we go. All right, so let's give these guys some color. Omari first. He's clearly like done with it, done with his dad's antics, all of that. I did a career fair a couple of weeks ago at my kid's school, and yeah, I already knew 6, 7 wasn't cool anymore, but I did learn that the current word they're using is tough. Like and that's like the positive thing. I think like the negative thing is what it's like chopped or something like that. So I gotta ask, is this drawing tough or is it chopped? And that's the first and last time you'll ever hear those words come out of my mouth. Look at the way he's proud of himself for that. If anyone has any questions, feel free, ask away. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Eyes. Everyone's eyes are kind of like an off-white color, because no one has truly white eyes. And hair. One thing I like to do with this strip. Um, how do I remove the color in sections instead of erasing with the stylus? So I'm working in Clip Studio, and what I like to do is I try to use like the transparent layers, almost like a color in itself. And if you use that, well, not transparent layer, um, I've got like transparencies in my color swatches, and if you use those, it's almost like it erases. So I'll just use that instead of just switching over to the eraser tool because it saves me a bit of time. I will switch over to the eraser tool when it comes to like small, like minute things, though, like that. I also have the eraser tool toggle as a button on my stylus on my pen. So if I do need to switch over to it, it's just pressing a button instead of having to move all the way over to the opposite side of the screen. What's next? One other thing I like to do when it comes to Dwayne is I like to color his shirts randomly, um, so he doesn't have like a default color. If anybody wants to suggest a color in the chat, go right ahead. I'll just color it white for right now. You'll also notice my line work is never completely isn't 100% opaque because I try to recreate, the actual pen experience as much as I can. Just a little bit, yeah. That seems to be the flats. I don't do a lot of shading with the characters like I used to, but I'll give it a little bit. Also, look at the color Dwayne's palms. They are not the same color as his skin. I have templates already made. Um, yes, I do. But I used to wing it. I've got like one template that I kind of like separated, so I can kind of go between anywhere between like 1 and 8 panels. Um, I don't have any decent examples. They're all like all in different folders, but I do try to work off these templates that I made myself. It's just, so let me just point out, like if you're using Clip Studio Paint, I love the figure tool when it comes to shading. Like if I'm doing just a solid color, I would use that. Um, Otherwise, if I do it manually, it's with a brush to make it almost look painted. I'll show you how. Let's. Hey, what's going on? Welcome. I'm pretty much at the end of this, but I am glad you are here. Nothing much. I've just been drawing this the single panel. I made a cringy 6-7 panel, but it's cringy on purpose. I think I've only been here. Oh, I've been doing it for an hour. Oh, jeez, I thought I was only supposed to be here for like a half an hour. I'm going to do more of these. I really enjoyed doing this. And we got this here. Just give Amari a little bit of rim lighting. I have a habit of getting carried away. Here, let me switch my audio. I just lost my headphones. Okay, can you guys still hear me? I had to switch microphones. All right, cool. There you go. There's Amari annoyed that his dad made a 6-7 joke, and he's also annoyed his dad is interrupting him playing what I would assume is No Man's Sky. Here we go. I know I'm overdoing it. This is you know. Do I sound out the effects while drawing, or is it in my head? Um, it depends. It depends on what is going on and what the effect will be. Most of the time, I just kind of, you know, I just kind of wing it a bit. I just kind of go with what I think something sounds like. Other times I'll sound it out. But yeah, in this case, it's just straight up dialogue. So he's just saying this. But I didn't give him a dialogue tail. There we go. All right. You know what? Let's do one like last thing real quick. Just give some a little bit extra. Since this is in newspapers, I'm actually curious to see how much of this will actually show up in the paper, which is why I think I'm overdoing it right now. Well, I am sorry for making you go over. I'm kind of sorry, just a little bit. I'm glad you're here. All right, we'll finish this, and that should be pretty much be it for this. Of course, I got the other 4 panels, but that's probably going to be a project for tomorrow. Yeah, well, hey, welcome to the Comics Club. It is a lot of work, but can be very rewarding. Wait, did I just? Okay, no. Keep that. Actually, no. Why is it not showing up? Okay, so I'll just leave that as it is. Here, we'll give that just a little bit of rim lighting as well, and then I'll be done, probably. So before I go, earlier in the stream, I had mentioned that I, with Dwayne's the dad's shirt, I kind of just choose his shirt colors at random. Like he doesn't have a default shirt color, and that if anybody wants to, you know, give me a color, go right ahead. I know I gotta stop because if I don't stop, I'll never stop, and I'll probably finish this entire thing, which is not something I actually have the time to do today. Especially since this is the second comic that I've been working on today, just in general. Olive green. Let's see how this looks first, because no, it's not olive though. That's not as olive, but I actually like that green. The comic for digital readers. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's so much for digital readers, but if you want to read this comic just digitally in general, it's available on the Comics Kingdom platform. That's King Features' platform. It's got my comic. It's got Popeye. It's got Rosebuds. It's got all sorts of cool comics. So like, yeah, check that out. But in the meantime, here we are. Cringy 6-7 comic. Um the final thing I'll do, and it's just cause I'll give it the date. Yep, Comics Kingdom. It's comicskingdom.com. And now you get why I did a 6-7 comic. It's because this is the date this comic is going to go live. Thanks, D. Speaking of Rosebuds, if you're on Comics Kingdom, read Rosebuds. It's the second coolest comic on there. But no, this is pretty much it for me for right now. I'm going to do more of these. I kind of want to do a thing where like Tuesdays and Thursdays I do something Beware of Toddler related. Fridays I'll do something fan art related. So if you have suggestions on that, just hit me up on my socials. I can be reached here. Uh, Instagram Gant Art. Facebook is my name is George Gant. And at Beware of Toddler for all of those as well. Blue Sky, all of that. But thank you for checking this out. The two is Super D2 means second best. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm just messing with you though. Like Rosebuds is really like really good. So but yeah, so check out the comics. Check out Beware Talia on Comics Kingdom. If you're in the UK and you subscribe to the Beano, check out my comics there. I'm currently drawing a comic called Ruby Screwtop Science. So that's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for hanging out with me, and catch you guys later. Peace.